after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that the statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That makes you feel.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
What's poppin', Randys? What you just watched was rapper Gunna's associate of YSL admission of guilt. Next, we're going to break down exactly what's going on here, what a plea deal is, and the question that's on everybody's mind: did he snitch? Firstly, a plea deal is an agreement in the criminal law proceedings whereby the prosecutor provides a concession to the defendant in exchange for a plea of guilt. Let's break that down even more. Let's say you're facing a murder charge, which can usually carry up to life. At the same time, you could take it to court and possibly get off of everything if you got the right team, right? Or you could work out a deal with prosecution where, let's say, you get 35 years with parole, and all you have to do is confess. No need for the expensive lawyers. You'll do 12 of that 30 and get to come home. Who wouldn't do that? All you need is my admission of guilt. But what else comes along with this deal? Do I have to appear in court, give detailed statements? Am I setting up a homie with a wire? Get it? All right, now we'll watch the video again and I'll give you my personal reaction. You tell me what you think.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that the statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That makes you
I
feel.
became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, usually how this stuff goes, I'm pretty sure the lady speaking is the prosecutor. And Mr. Kitchens, of course, that's Gunna. Right now, he's saying he does know of YSL and he is associated with them.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, my boy was a little hesitant on that one, man. It's getting a little crazy right here, I admit. Y'all heard her. She said, you know there are members in YSL that have committed crimes. And he said, yes, ma'am. Now, if he said any names, whatever, I don't know. It may all still be the same. He's speaking, and he knew what he signed up for. Let's go.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, who else was in that car? It couldn't have just been Thug and Gunna, right? All those pills, the weapons. It couldn't have just been them two in there. I wonder why she didn't mention the other people in the car. It seems like to me that she was trying to give off the impression maybe Thug and Gunna were the only ones in the car. When the authorities pulled them over, they found a bunch of guns and pills, and Gunna immediately said, hey, that's not me. That's Mr. Jeffrey. I doubt that's how it went, but you know, let's keep going.
I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
Now, that last part, I understand the optics of inserting that statement, but let's break that down. I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang. And YSL as a gang must end. Also, notice how she threw in there, is that your statement or acknowledgement? Yes, that could have been the closing statement for the prosecution, and that's just maybe typically how they ended. But I don't know, man. It kind of struck me when she said, is that your statement or acknowledgement? Now, a statement and an acknowledgement, yes, it could be considered the same thing. Tomato, tomato, whatever. But YSL as a gang must end. That sounds like more of an acknowledgement that he had to cross in order for the plea deal. I doubt those words actually came out of his mouth. And I don't think that he's going to go to court. From what I've been reading, his plea deal does not consist of him going to court and pointing out and saying the things that are being said here. It sounds like all this was just some stuff wrote down on the paper that Gunna had to sign. No words being expressed out of his mouth. Gunna had to sign it just to accept the plea deal. Did he snitch? I mean, listen, guys, you know what you signed up for. If everybody in there kept the G, nobody said anything, all this could have blew over. If you actually look into this, all those 200 witnesses, man, they don't have a case. If everybody would have kept it G, man, you can't put 23 eggs in a basket and expect none of them to crack. It's sad, man.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That makes you
I
guilty.
became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped a vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, wherein hydrocodone, methamphetamines, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.